Cabrakan. What is going on today, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today's video, we're talking about the new character Cabrakan. I was gone when he was dropped, but you guys have been able to play him for a little bit. I got to finally play him Tuesday. I got 3 games in with him. Honestly, initial thoughts, kind of underwhelming. I don't think he's bad, but I expected different strengths, I guess the way to say it. Also, yeah, my lights are off right now. I had them on and the power in this room died like 3 times and I had to like turn the thing off and then flick it back on, the break or whatever. It might look a little weird in here, but we can still get to the video. So starting with a jungle Cabrakan build, I was looking at his numbers and he's got a really high mix of both strength and int. So I tried to go a double stack Cabrakan build with Hydras and Poly. And yeah, this felt absolutely terrible. It felt really, really bad trying to build just full one-shot Cabrakan. Like shoutouts to SMITE 1 Cabrakan, Fat Loki. It feels like it's almost dead, like actually. Currently, there is a bug in the game where maybe once this is fixed, it'll feel a little bit better. But your 1 does not proc Poly. I bought Poly. Not knowing until after that I thought the bug was fixed. It wasn't fixed, so I just had this useless item. This build felt terrible. I will not lie. Full damage Cabrakan, at least this iteration of it, felt really, really bad. I was not a fan of it at all. I would try to kill the Agni and he would take a little bit of damage, dash away from me. I would like blink onto him, full kit him with the ultimate and everything. Same thing with the Pele. Couldn't kill her. The Medusa, she killed me faster than I killed her. It did not feel very good going full damage Cabrakan. It felt very, very weak. After that, I tried a serrated build into a tank solo lane build. I tried serrated because he actually has a lot of strength scaling in his kit, and I figured with that strength scaling on top of slightly longer cooldowns, that means they're going to be on cooldown a lot more. I'd be autoing a lot. I'd get a lot of the lifesteal, a lot of the strength from serrated. It felt fine. I wasn't mad at the build. It did just feel it's still a tiny bit weak. It was whelming. If the full damage build was underwhelming, this was whelming. And then lastly, I went a soul gem solo lane build, basically the exact same thing except soul gem instead of serrated. And I think this is the build that I really do like in solo lane. The support build, it's not changing. I was gonna do a support game, but then I was like, the builds are literally the exact same for every single character. You go selflessness, then you go stampede, then you go gargoyles, then you go Xerxes, and then you go Hussar's wings. And yeah, it's not really that fun. I mean, it's not boring, but I was like, I don't really need to test this until actual balance happens where stampede isn't worth it, gargoyles isn't worth it. The fact that me as a non-CC immune Cabrakan would still rather go gargoyles 95% of the games over purification, talisman of purification, should say a lot about how bad or how OP gargoyles is. I'm expecting big nerfs to that and stampede. I think Xerxes is fine. I just think it's such a good support item because it gives you engage or peel. A free dash for any character sounds awesome. A free CC immune dash sounds awesome. But yeah, this build felt pretty good. And if you guys have not seen the changes to Cabrakan, I'll walk you through them really quickly. The passive is a slight shift. Instead of 5% mitigation to you and allies, it is 3% mitigation to you and allies. However, you deal increased damage to enemies that damage you or your nearby allies. This passive is even worse somehow in SMITE 1 than it is, or in SMITE 2 than it is in SMITE 1. A 5% mitigation is rather nice. 3% mitigation and 3% damage increase is pretty useless. I mean, 65 damage, that's granted me 2 auto damage to this guy. I 2 him. Oh, I get a massive 6 damage there. It's super, super useless as a passive. I am not a fan of it at all. It doesn't do anything. And then instead of having 2,500 health, I'll be at like 2640. I'm not doing the math on that one. I don't care. I CBA. But yeah, it's pretty useless as a passive. The 1 is basically just int and strength scaling, 40% int, 60% strength. The 2 is the first big change. You now have 2 casts of this. You have this first one, it goes on cooldown, and then if you get your passive up all the way, you get another one that also stuns. However, it also heals you. So the first 2, this one right here, does damage and gives you mana. The second one stuns and also heals you based off of enemies hit. Your 3, the tremors is the same, except you can reproc it. You can reproc it to do a little burst of damage and also put it on cooldown. That also cripples the enemies for 1 second. Lastly, the ultimate, same thing, except you can cancel it. You don't have to hit the wall down to get it out of your way, you can just drop it down. Now, I think Cabrakan solo and support, I think are probably going to be fine. Maybe they're even slightly better than in Smite 1, where Smite 1, they were a lot more volatile. I think it might be better. However, the full damage build just feels very, very lackluster. Just to give you a quick little look at kind of why it feels so weird. A lot of the times your combo is blink, stun, 2, like your auto attack between all of them. But that is a long, long time to get out that much damage. And I'm full damage. Like I'm not tanky at all. I'm trying to one-shot somebody with this. And it is a very, very, very long time to get all this damage out. Me doing this build right here. I don't have the survivability to cast all that. Also, I don't have, you know, the survivability to live when I'm diving. I do think actually one of the lone bright spots is going like a Mirrodin. You Mirrodin, blink, stun, double stun. Like even then, the damage is really slow to come out. It is a lot quicker, don't get me wrong. It is a lot quicker than the other way. But even here, I'm trying to one-shot this Ymir. That's not very fast. That's not very fast at all. And that's me in a 1v1 with Mirrodin as my only real chance to do anything. Like against this guy, let's say I don't have Mirrodin and I'm just trying to one-shot him. I mean, even if you do the ult, like you auto into ult. I did auto cancel there on accident, but it's just really slow damage that comes out, and it's because the 2 damage is lower to make up for the fact that he's now got 2 procs of it. Overall, I think Cabrakan is probably slightly better off maybe in Smite 2 as a tank, because he does have just a little bit more utility. You can use Stampede a lot easier. You have pretty decent combos. Like if you go Stampede, Pharaoh's Curse, then you go Gargoyles, Hussars, Spirit Robe, and you end with Binding. Something like this. Obviously, you'll have a tank item here instead. Pop in Stampede, then pop in your 1. And then just using the entire kitchen sink trying to kill the guy in front of you who's a squishy. I think this is better setup, and it's like a good amount of survivability too with the Hussars, the Stampede, your 1. It's a lot of slow immunity. Again, I think Cabrakan is a little lackluster right now. I'm not completely sold on him. I do think he's really bad as a full damage character. I hope his passive gets a little bit of a rework or maybe just a little bit of a buff, because I think it is so bad. But yeah, that's a little video on Cabrakan. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think about Cabrakan. I'm planning on doing another one of these for Vulcan once he drops, or at least I can get on PTS again to try him out. I got on PTS for a little bit today, and I was able to like test some stuff with Vulcan, but I wasn't able to get a game in, so I don't want to put a video out without getting a game in on him. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys again next time. Peace.